everybody. I've pressed go live 3 times and it just wasn't going, but we're live now. Welcome to the Comfy Nest with Grace. Hello, hello. Let's get this crafty stuff going. I'm going to drop you down over here just a little bit because you got to see a little better than that. Is that better? You can see a little bit. And I'm going to get this light above us shut off because it's way too bright. How's that? Hopefully that's better on the table for sure. You shouldn't have a shadow. Good morning or afternoon if you're on the East Coast. Welcome. This is Grace at the Comfy Nest with Grace. I'm going to be doing, I got some flowers last weekend and they're just about ready to be pressed. So I try to enjoy them for a week or so and then into the pressing little dab they go. We're going to do that, and then I'm going to be working on making some jungle corners. I'm running low, and I thought you guys might want to join me while I do that. So welcome, welcome. Let me get this table big here. Yes, let's get the focus on the table. Well, let's see here. We have other options. Could I do something like that? That doesn't work. Can you guys see how small I am? That's not what I wanted either. I see what you're doing here. I don't like any of it. So here's what we're going to do. We're just going to jump to this alone and we're going to go like that. That's what we're doing. All right. When you get here, please say hello. Let me know that you're here. I'm going to check the YouTube feed, make sure it's working because I just, sometimes things don't work out and I want to make sure that we're in good shape before we move on. Sometimes I know some of you guys have trouble finding the lives. I hear from, 1 or 2 people every once in a while, usually once a week at least. I couldn't find you. So get on the Telegram channel and just kind of follow the instructions there. If you're trying to find me live, I'm going to share the link to this live, as a matter of fact, into the Telegram channel, because for those of you who've been with me on Facebook for a very long time, I know that YouTube is the challenge for you. So there, I just shared the live feed so that you guys can jump in. Hey, Janet, happy weekend, friend. Okay, this one's way too big. Do you see this? I don't know what you call this thing. All right, listen, I'm not a flower expert. It's 1.25 inches by about 1.25 inches. It's too big, I think, to flatten. So we're going to cut that one in half. These were the only of, I don't know if these are daisies or what they are, some sort of day. I don't know what they are. Girls, please, if you know, please tell me, because I don't know. I just know they're pretty flowers. These are orchids. And I've observed that if you cut off this bottom thing, they fall apart. So we got to be real careful with them. But let's get this doodad opened up and find a place for them inside the condominium of pressed flowers. Let's call it that. The condo of pressed flowers. The hardware's loud. I'm sorry for that. I already put half of this stuff in here. Somewhere in here. Okay, so all of this is just blank stuff that hasn't gotten anything in it. And then my pressed flowers are under here. I need to replace my absorbing sheet. See, there they are. Oh my gosh, they're just in there just a few days, so they're not very old. We're going to start another layer in the, let's call it a penthouse or a condo. Janet, what are you up to today? Talk to me, my friend. What do you got going on? I would love to hear from you guys. Let me know what you got going on, what you're up to this weekend. It's Mother's Day weekend, so happy Mother's Day to all the mamas. If I can, I could lay this one this way. And then what I like to do is try to, if I can, arrange these. They turn as they get dry and they get a little older. They start flipping and flopping in a variety of directions. I want them all to be, oh my, didn't mean to do that. I want them all to be spread out nicely so that when it's pressed, there's an even number. So I'm going to do my best to try to spread these out, even though they've started to curl. And you know what? When they curl, if you press them that way, I do like the variety. I do like having them all in, some of them, they end up in half flowers. Some of them are partial flowers, and some of them end up being full flowers completely spread out. And it's kind of fun to have a bunch of options when you're creating with them and using them in your creative stuff. All right. That one is going to be sparse, but we're going to try it. Sometimes I don't know. I don't know if it's going to work out well or not, but I'm going to try it anyway. So the orchids, I just lay them like this and let nature take its course. This one is still so pretty. Oh, see, they're so fragile. But we're going to be super careful. Now this one, half of it fell off. Darn it. But this half is still intact. Where did it come from? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay these down together and see what happens with them. They're going to dry over time. They're going to dry and they'll dry up. Oh, now I lost all of it. They'll dry in place. So we'll just see. We'll just see. Now these, I just need the heads of these. Terry Green is here. I got this off Amazon. Check the Amazon store, Terry. It wasn't very expensive either. So I'm going to cut off the tops on these. And then I couldn't, oh, it's kind of hard to get to the middle. And the middle is getting brown. So you have to just make a determination on, I don't know. I'm no expert at this, girls. I'm just kind of been exploring pressing flour. So I'm going to press it, I think, like this. These ones, I think, turn brown, but they're like tea stained flowers. They're so cool. That's enough on this layer. So we're going to put the sheet in. We're going to put a piece of cardboard in. I try to keep them as even as possible so you can fit it back in your base. Then you put another sheet, and then we'll do the rest of the flowers. Okay. And you can buy replacement sheets on Amazon too, Terry, if you decide to get one of these. Would you guys want me to give you the link to the press in the description of this video? If you Google or go to DuckDuckGo, whatever, Yahoo, whatever search engine you use, if you search the Comfy Nest with Grace Amazon store, and then when you get to my store, that'll bring you to my store. And then when you get there, what you would want to do is go to the Craft Supplies You'll Love. Craft Supplies You'll Love section. I'm going to grab a chair. If you don't mind. Janet is relaxing and organizing my bills into bins. Aren't you so clever? They're perfectly imperfect, Terry, right? And I like them that way. Hey, Wendy. Good morning, friend. Happy Mother's Day weekend. Yes. Oh my gosh. Do you guys have anything fun planned? It's going to be so hot. And if we're in the Craft Therapy Club last night, you know my air conditioner in my car. I'm going to cut this right in half. I'm going to do it. It's too big. I can't use it this way. But I've discovered you can do this with big flowers. Oh my gosh, the color is so pretty. All right, so this is what we get. Crazy Town, right? They smell so good too. Oops, I'm losing some. It's okay. They're going to go like that. And then we're going to squish them in. My air conditioner is not working in my car, and yet it's going to be, I want these to go this way. It's going to be 90 on Mother's Day. So I told Landon, I kind of want to go to, there's a nature preserve close to us called White Horse Hill. And I want to go there and I want to try the hike that I could not do last year when my family was here. I took them to this preserve and there's a 2-mile hike on in the preserve, and I couldn't do it. I mean, I was just after my surgery. I just couldn't do it. It was like, it's not going to happen. So I want to go and tackle it. I want to go try it because I've never done it. As long as I've lived here, I've never done this hike. And last year when I couldn't do it, I was like, it's interesting how the mind works, the human mind. I was like, I always knew I could do it, but I wasn't interested in do it. So I've lived here for 25 years. I've never attempted it. It's like, I don't want to, so I'm not gonna. Then when I physically couldn't do it, I was like, Grace, I thought to myself, Grace, this is so sad. You physically are unable to go on a hike with your family. And it is what it is. I was recovering from surgery. I am so much better. And I've been walking every day lately, and well, just about every day. And I'm feeling strong. So now is the time for me to conquer it. So I told them I want to do that. Okay, I got to hold this up. And with this hand, I got to try to squish this down enough so I can fit it in there. I don't think I'm going to fit it in. I'm going to raise these little doodads up a little higher because I'm going to need more room to fit this in. And if I can get one corner in there pretty good, I think I can slide the rest of it in. It's probably easy if you have two people, but I don't. So I'm going to do this. Uh-oh, it's not big enough. We need more room. Just like my jeans, girls. I need more space in there. There we go. Let's see if that's better. That's as easy as it is. And then I'm going to leave it in there for, I don't know. I just kind of forget about it, actually. I put it in there and then I leave it in there for a couple of weeks. I leave it in there for months. Doesn't matter. So stick them in there. See, you can't even see the ones that I put in there last week. They're so flat. They're not completely done, but they're so flat that you can't see a gap. But here you can actually see the flowers in there. So now what we're going to do is we're going to tighten all these screws while I push down as much as I can. And I think I have this thing upside down, so I'll show it to you here in a second. All right, now I'm going to push down and I'm going to try to tighten these as much as I can to flatten them. At the end, if you can share the press, that would be great. Yeah, I'll share it. I'll do it right after I'm done here. Yeah, and if you use my link, I appreciate it so much, you guys. I am an Amazon affiliate, and I do get a teeny weeny little kickback for anything that you order, anything. So if you go to buy the press and you decide to buy a box of like single size Dorito packs too, I get credit for both when you order anything using my links on Amazon. So I do appreciate you going to my store and shopping from my store, even for other stuff that I might not have recommended, but you were planning on getting anyway. If you're an Amazon shopper, which I have been for many years. Okay, it's getting tighter. It's all held into place now. This is what it looks like on the other side. So it's upside down, but it's okay. I don't mind. I don't mind. I do try to tighten it until I can't anymore because I want it to be as tight and flat as possible before I stow it away. And I just put it on a shelf here in my craft room and let it sit. But if you, especially if you have a garden, man, if I had a flower garden and I could like source flowers from a garden, what a nice way to add florals to your crafting. Okay, so at some point, this gets so tight that this thing moves too. So you have to hold this, like even just pushing my finger on it will hold it in place so that I can tighten it. See how this side moves too? And that means it's not getting any tighter. Now, you could get all fancy on yourself, on your bed self, and come in with some actual tools. Like I could hold this here. I don't usually get this fancy. I just tighten it as much as I can manually with my own hands. And then after a couple of days, you can go back in and tighten it some more if you want to. But you see how flat it's getting it? They'll dry, and as time goes and they dry, they get flatter and flatter. Now, I tried the microwave method. It works. It flattens them and dries them within minutes when you put them in the microwave. Hold on, girls. I'm having like a total avalanche of all of my craft mats here. Stay there, you stinkers. Stay in place. Please just stay there. You can use the microwave, and I have used the microwave, but it makes them so brittle you can't even pick them up, number one. And I didn't have a tool to do it. I just put them in there on paper towels and cardboard, and they got really warped. So you can't lay them flat in a junk journal, for example, if they're warped. So let me get you, I'm going to put this up on my shelf. I'll talk to you about this in a minute. And let me get you the link to that. And I'll throw it in the comments. Has anybody, do you guys have interest in pressing flowers, or who has done it before, who has never done it before? It's, you know, if you're not interested, it's totally cool. I just thought I had to do that little craft chore anyway, so I thought maybe you'd want to see me do it, especially if you've never seen it. It's kind of cool. I'm just going to grab you that link, ladies. Just give me a second. Oh, good gravy. Why are you being like this? Come on, Amazon, find it for me. I was looking, like trying to do my quick find. Here it is. Yeah, it was $20 when I bought it. I think the thing will last you forever. The one that I bought is sold out, but this one is the same one. It just has a different flower on the front. Like the front of it is actually really pretty. Hold on, let me get you this link. Same thing. Looks a little different. I'm working on it, girls. I'll be working on it. Yep, it's already in Craft Supplies to Love. It's already in that. If you go straight to my store, you can find it there. But I am going to drop the link since Terry asked. And there it is in the comments. I hope you see it. I hope you see it. Hey, thanks for being here. It says there are 13 people here. You guys, thank you for that. All right, this paper, it's so strange. It is what the flowers were wrapped in. And I don't... It's a big, almost like tissue paper size rectangle. And it had this opening where the flowers were in. So I cut it to get the flowers out. But it's like this really cool, fibrous see-through, clearly. It's really thin, but it's really strong. I don't know. I don't know what it is, but it's really strong. It's got a really cool, like olive green mustard yellow color. So I saved it because you know me, girls. This would be pretty cool to use in something. So of course, I'm not throwing it out. Of course. Okay, this is what we're working on. I just finished Callie. Callie is in the Craft Therapy Club, and Callie's Junk Journal on a Journey. Her journey came to me this week, and it was my job to decorate her second signature in her journal and then send it off to Lori, and Lori's going to decorate the third signature in her journal. So anyway, I used up my second to last. This is the last one. This is a right corner, book corner page cover. So this is what I do with these. They're like snippet rolls or snippets that you put on the edge, except instead of the whole edge, I'm doing them as little corners. And I made some for the upper right. I made some for the lower right, and same on the left side, but I'm running out of the upper right. I think it's the one I use most often. So I have these pieces of paper that was stuck in here. Here are the other ones. So I just make little L's, and then we do snippets of things on these. And I just paper clip them together. You know, is it upper left, lower left? Because some of them, like this has a little elf, so we can see this is the lower left-hand side of the page. If you were going to put it on a page, that's for lower left. But I'm running out of the upper right. So I need to make some more. I already had these bases made. This is just cardstock cut into strips and then glued together. So let's build some things on these. And I'm doing all upper right, so they have to be positioned this way. And the cardstock doesn't really matter. I mean, you could use cardboard too. Doesn't really matter. I probably want to make a few more than that. So I'm going to get my paper scraps and we're going to do some more. I hope you can see that. I hope you can. Yep, that's good. All right, let me get my paper scraps, fabric scraps, and then we will need, on some of them, I do put focal points. But you know what? I kind of, maybe I'll make these all plain so that the focal point I can pick out at the time that I'm putting it in the book, and I can add a focal point later. Meaning, like this has a shell on it, a little shell sticker. Whether you want to put a person, an animal, a phrase, you know, some other object, little focal point. I'm not seeing any comments, you guys. So if you're commenting and I'm not responding, please, I'm sorry. Please know that I'm sorry. I'm just not seeing any new ones. Sometimes you guys, when we're together and you're a little quieter, yeah, like the last comment I see was like 9 minutes ago. So I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just going to create kind of like a Malone, but I'll check the comments. I'll check the comments and see if anybody has any, you know, questions, comments, things to share. I love to get to know you guys. I love having you chat with me, but I know you guys are busy and sometimes you're watching while you're doing other things like at work and stuff. So I have lots of strips of paper. This is a good stash buster for your strips. I like them to be cardstock. I want them to be thick. I don't want them to be like that's a watercolor. I like them to be not flimsy. I want them to be a little stronger. That's a pretty good cardstock. Okay, let's make a few more of these. Even these little bitty pieces work, you guys. You don't need a whole lot. I mean, that's all we need. That is all we need. So let's make a few more of them. And I usually put stitches through them. I usually sew through them. So I'm going to get my glue stick and just glue these together enough so I can build. And then later on, I'll be adding some stitches to it. Thanks, Janet. She says, I really like those corner embellishments. They're so handy to have. I'll tell you what, they're so handy to have, all made up and in an envelope so that when it comes time and you need them, they're ready to go. Doesn't really matter a whole lot if these are of a certain color because most of the time you don't see them. So I wouldn't get too worked up about that. You can make them obviously as tall as you want. They can be as big or as short as you want. They can be as wide as you want. I don't think there's any real rhyme or reason to it. It's just really nice to have them made. So how many should we make today? Let's see. What do we want to do? That's how many? 3, 3, and 3 is 9. Maybe I'll do 12. I'll do a dozen. Because you know what? The last time I made them was months and months and months, at least 6 months ago. And I'm just running low now. So having 9 of them is plenty, I think. 12 of them, even better. And you know what? These partially made, if we run out of energy or time and they're partially made, I put them in the envelope. And then, like you saw, and then the next time I need to make more, I have those pre-ready. I don't even care if they're like, see how they're not the same size. It doesn't, you know me, girls. These are not the things that work me up in the world. There are much bigger things in the world to get worked up over. So I don't worry about stuff like that. You know, they don't have to be perfectly symmetrical. They don't have to be the same paper. Doesn't matter. Now, how many do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, that's 12. Let's stick with that. Well, we have this one here. Let's just do it. And I have extra glue to unload off of my glue stick because it's getting messy. So let's do that. Okay, now next layer. It can be whatever you want. It can be more strips of paper. It can be fabrics. Let me show you. I usually do bits of papers and fabrics together. And then you see this one has like a little squirrel eating a nut. I usually sew through them. Has anybody made these before? Have you guys made these? Do you like them? Using them in your book? Okay, so I'm just going to start, like this is that handmade paper we made in the Craft Therapy Club. I'm going to start covering these. These have texture and more color. That one doesn't have a whole lot going on, but this one has a little bit of color and texture. So I'm going to start covering these. Let's go this way. Finding things to cover them with. I kind of like that flower. Let's see if we can find a really wide one to put that on. Yep, right there. It's about making things visually interesting. Do not worry about like super matchy or any of that stuff, okay? Just don't get yourself worked up, girls. Okay, it can hang over the edge. It's fine. It's all good. This is painted paper. It has a little bit of copper on it. How cool is that? Let's put this here. And we'll put this chunk. I'm looking for another little one. Let's put it here. So first layer, let's do some papers. And then we'll come back and add. I have this little basket. It's got like the tiniest little bits in it. A lot of these are cardstock. Well, that one, that's kind of textured, so that's cool. I think I'll glue them down once I got them all figured out. So I won't worry about gluing it until I know which papers I'm using. Instead of, continuously taking the glue out and putting it away and taking it out and putting it away. I'll just keep adding papers and then I'll glue all at the same time. Oh, we got a book page here that's screaming for attention. Use me. Yep, you fit there. All right, you know what I could do? Like I'm trying to use up these little bits, right? Yes, that's good. These are all regular papers, so this is nice because I'm not looking for cardstock right now. I'm looking for regular paper. These all have like nothing on them. They're going in the garbage because at some point you just have too many pieces of paper. Oh, look at these strips. Colorful. All right, let's use these. We've got plenty of them to use. We're adding more visually interesting things. Okay, so this green floral, I don't love the straight edge, so I'm going to tear at it. It's this one here. And this one right here. They keep moving on me. Oh, I'm didn't mean to, but I'm tearing two at the same time. Anybody have anything fun going on today? And are you responsible for your Mother's Day gathering, or are you the one getting treated to Mother's Day this year? We don't have a plan. I mean, I don't know. How many families are like ours? We don't have a plan. Nobody's made a plan. We don't do reservations, nothing like that. We'll figure it out. My son just texted me. Sometimes when I go live, I shut off my notifications, but today I couldn't do that. I had Landon meeting somebody in the town that he's in for college. Somebody was giving away a chest. You know those old-fashioned chests, like with the top lid and then it has a little lock on it and stuff? Well, this other college student who's a senior, graduating senior, said, I'm moving out of state. I don't want to take this chest with me. Who wants it? Like in the university family page on Facebook. And I was like, we want it. I said, like, immediately. I was like, my son can use that because Lennon just said to me, I'm going to come home this weekend and get some Rubbermaid totes so I can pack all my stuff to bring home and to move into this new place because he's got to get out of the dorm. So anyway, I said, we'll take it. And then he was meeting with her just now. So I left my phone so that I could get a message. I wanted to hear from him that he met her. He's safe and sound, like it wasn't some scam or something, someone trying to scam him into something. So he says, chest recovered. So that's good. I will, as soon as I'm done, I can't wait to hear. Like he was at first, I think he was hesitant. He does not like me, but I think this is my language, not his. This is my language, not his. But I think he doesn't like me butting in on his stuff. Like he had a plan for moving out, and he's so independent, like fiercely independent, which is beautiful. That's a great thing. He, this kid's going to do just fine in life. He doesn't show that he needs us much for anything anymore. But at the same token, I said to him when I took him to lunch yesterday, I said, listen, when I'm doing stuff like this, I'm not trying to like get in your business. I'm really just trying to help. I'm your mom. I love you. I'm trying to help. So please understand when I try to help you make connections and I see things that you might want to take advantage of and I tell you about them, I'm not trying to get up all in your business. The kid. So anyway, he just texted me. He picked it up. So that's good. Good news, right? All right, we're just going to glue. This is so easy. We're gluing these down and then we'll move to some fabrics after this. Okay. I don't want them to be super linear and straight. I like the torn edges. So we're not going to worry about things being, don't take out a ruler and start measuring things. Once I glue these parts down, I'm going to move them over so I know they're done. And then we'll move on to finding some fabrics or laces to put on top. Something textile. This is so, wait, why? I don't know that I like you there. Maybe I'll go like this with you. I put glue on that corner. That's why I was like, well, that's not going to work. I just glued up that corner. And the glue, like I said, doesn't have to be perfect because I'm going to throw a stitch through these to add even more texture and visual interest. Checking for comments. Hold, please. Oh, they're a great tool. Gotcha. I gotcha. Friend, I understand what you're saying. These usually hang off the edge of the page, so I like the crooked edge to be on the outside, like this. I knew I was going to get glue on the table. I could tell I put too much glue. But I like it to hang off the edge that way. If there's going to be a crooked edge, because although this one, the words go this way, so I'm going to put it down that way. So easy, you guys. I mean, the kids could help you. If you have like kids in your life, grandkids or something, they could totally help you do this. This is about that much used up, so I'm just going to leave it on its side. I don't think it'll ooze out. That way, when I go to get it, it's like right there at the tip, and I don't have to, oh, we're going to leave it like that, Gracie. You just said it. Leave it like that. You guys, the word of the day for me, give me your word of the day that describes your day. Could you please? Are you relaxed? Like, what's your mood today? Give me the word of the day. You know what might be easier? What if I did this? What's your word of the day, friends? Relaxed, excited, eager, sleepy. What's your word of the day? Tell me. I'm going to tell you my word here in a minute after I hear from you. Oh, did I not get you another piece of paper? You're missing a paper. I got you, girl. I'll go cover you up. Let's go this way, and let's go this way. See how easy this is? What's your word of the day, girls? Am I by myself again? Nope, 10 are watching. Thanks for being here, you guys. I do appreciate you so much. Those of you who are Craft Therapy Club members heard all about the saga about my car and losing control of all the buttons, or I shouldn't say buttons. It wasn't so much buttons as it was the whole like electrical panel last night when driving down the highway. First I lost air conditioning, and then my engine light went on. My engine was overheated, and I'm 90 miles away from home, so I got to drive home. I got to get myself home, and I just leave, and I get this engine warning. You guys, if you're in the Craft Therapy Club, I told you the whole story last night when we were playing bingo. Gosh, that was a good session, you guys, by the way. I really, really, really appreciated your company and you listening to me and giggling about how everything went down. It's all fine. It's all good. I have an appointment next Friday. This is sticking up a little. I have an appointment next Friday for my vehicle to get a little hospital appointment for my vehicle. Gail, hello, hello. She's feeling ambitious. I'm trying on and clearing out clothes. Gail, I'm in the same mode, girl. I'm in the same mode. Girl, I've been throwing out, like, I've been going through my drawers and I'm like, old socks. I'm not like, I have so many, you know, what happens? I don't know if it happens to you, but I buy like, okay, I need new socks. I buy new socks. I throw them in the drawer with the old socks and I haven't thrown out the old ones. So I just did decide recently, this stuff has got to go. Like, Grace, I got to clean some stuff up. So I've just been like going through my drawers and throwing out old stuff that, you know, it's worn out beyond its date, or I have a lot of clothes that don't fit me anymore, unfortunately, and they're perfectly good. In fact, I had some stuff with tags still on them. They go in the donation bag. They're going to the thrift store that I love to shop at. You know, like somebody else can use these perfectly good things and get them for thrift store prices. I love, love thrift stores. I love supporting them by donating. I love shopping at them. So yeah, I've been doing the same thing, Gail, and it feels so good. So the fact that you're ambitious makes me so happy for you, because you're going to feel great when you got that all done. That's already stuck down. Boy, we're almost already through the paper part of this. And now this is what I'm saying to you. You say to yourself on a weekend, I'm going to work on this. I want to do those. I want to have the stash of those. I'm going to make an envelope of them and have them ready for my junk journal pages. So you start and you get this far. You've been at it for 15, 20 minutes. You've gotten this far. And then for me, it's usually like my kids. Mom, can you help me with this? It's like, okay, yes, I can. I got to put everything, you know, close up the glue, walk away from this so I can go help my child. Well, it's okay. This progress, this is good. Let them sit and dry. Go do what you got to do, whoever's calling for your attention. And then the next time you have 15 minutes, come down and do the next part of it. And you will eventually get through your projects and your goals with your craft stuff. If you, even with 15-minute increments, 15, 20-minute increments, you can do that. It's totally acceptable. It works out real well. And you'll feel empowered, because rather than saying, well, I don't have an hour to craft right now, you could say, well, I have 15 minutes to craft, so I'm going to get started with this. And you can finish later. Okay, now we're going to this bin. And some of these are cut small, but most of them are pretty long. I also have these. So these are the pieces that come up next, is I'll do little fabric bits. Okay, so we got a lot of yellow going on here and I'm liking the yellow. So I might stick this, and I purposefully, this is going to get glued down on the corner of the page. So the back doesn't really matter. I purposefully let stuff peek through. So if I put this down on here, I don't want to cover that paper. I'm not going to put it on exactly the same. I'm going to like do this so that I get layers. You see what I'm saying? So we want layers is what we're going for. So I'm going to glue this down. I love all the yellow on this one. I'm going to put a little glue there. I'm going to plop this down right here. And maybe I'll even add a tinge of lace or something. Like this is about the same color as the background of this. Not exactly, but it's a bluish green, a light bluish green. I'm going to just take a little cut off of that. And this glue won't do any good. It's going to go right through the lace, but this glue will hold this down. So what I'll probably do is add a little glue to the edge here and stick this right here. Wonky, kind of wonky, but now I have room. Man, I could put a eyelet here and put a dangly on it. I could put a phrase, a word. I could stamp on paper a year or a date and put it on there. You can do anything you want. Stickers of focal points, but that one, I'm going to consider that one done. I'm not going to do focal points on these. I'm going to have them all be plain, and then I can add focal points later. So I have this little bit of brown. So which ones do I have? Like this one needs a little bit of color. So let's do that there. So similar to the paper, the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm just going to focus on finding the strips that I want to use and on which pieces. And then I will sit and I will take the time to glue them all. So I'm going to line them all up. These all need little bits of fabric. So I'm going to line them all up and I'm just going to start placing down bits of fabric and lace. Just trying on and clearing out clothes. I am so excited and proud of you, girl, because it feels so good to clear out your closets, doesn't it? I got this really beautiful bright yellow. No, this one doesn't have a whole lot of color. I think I might this one here. I might cut it down a little bit too, if I can. Maybe I can't. I like them ratty, so I'm going to pull on those threads and get them to rat out a little bit. Okay, so I like that there. I have this dark red. I have this teeny tiny yellow. Where can you go, you little cutie? Maybe add a spot of color on one that doesn't have yellow. And then I have this one. See, this is almost too big. So we're looking for little scraps here. This is a perfect little scrap buster for all your bitty scraps that you have. This one, maybe right there. This one's just a really plain. Let's go for more color than that. This little bitty blue piece. Does anything have blue that this would go well with? This one has yellows. No, I don't like it on there. I don't like it on there. Maybe there. All right, what other colors do we have? What other fun stuff do we have in our stash? This is a color that would work for some of these. So let's just get a bitty chunk of this. An itty bitty. I love the rattier the better as far as I'm concerned. This one doesn't have anything. Let's put it, no, too much square on that one, or at least it's just too big. Let's cut it in half. Trying to straighten her out. You're just gnarly, man. I don't know about that one on there. We'll see. This one, maybe right here. I have loads and loads and loads of scraps. So there is no shortage of itty bitty fabrics and laces to use. That's for darn sure. They almost all have something on them, don't they? Well, this one needs one. I like that on there. Come on, I just need one more for this one over here. I have this tiny little wonky scrap. Let's put this here. I'm sorry for all the banging. I'm not a very graceful person. I'm kind of clunky and clumsy. So even though my name is Grace, if you can believe it. All right, now I've got a little piece of scrap on all of them. I think what I'll do is just go through my laces now and see if there's any trims that I can use on these. So I have this. Now, obviously, you know, it's too big, but if I took just, it has a really pretty yellow in it. So if I just took a chunk of this, you just don't need a whole lot of anything when you're making, I think, when you're making paper crafts, because they're just not big projects. So you don't need hundreds of yards of a ribbon. You just need a little bit, and it's going to last you a long time, especially when you do a lot of collaging like this. Okay, let's get to this little beauty. And maybe I'll do this. Oh, I like this a lot. And actually, I don't know why, I'm thinking it would be so cool to maybe staple this down, and then I might add a button or something like that to it. I'm not even going to glue this one. I'm just going to staple that down. I like that. That one I'm going to consider done. I have this one. I have this yellow and white lace, and then I have this little blue gingham hanging out with it. Let's just see if I can figure out a way that I like these two to sit. And I don't love things super straight. I want kind of wonky. Purposefully want it wonky. And I'm loving this staple idea. And it's a blue staple. So let's do that. These I will not be able to run all the way through my machine. Obviously, if I want to sew, I have to make sure I sew around the staple. Don't be running staples through your machine. Now this I did glue down all the way. I'm going to add the staple for fun. If I want to add stitches, I can. I just have to make sure I go around those. Okay, that one's done. This one, let's find a little piece of lace for this guy. Scoot you all over. We're going to focus on you, and I think I'll drop you down a little so you can see. Let's focus on you. Do we want a piece of this? It might be nice. See how tiny that piece is? That's why holding on to your scraps is a really nice idea. Like this. Come on. See what I said about I'm not very smooth. I'm really not. If I can do this, you can do this. All right, that one's done. How about you, little dude? Let's get you a fun little piece of something. I should give up drinking coffee. I'm still drinking coffee, girls. It's almost noon. Nope. Yeah, it's almost noon here. I like the lace on the top better. It looks so much nicer, right? With a little pop of the brown coming through. And this one, I don't know that I want to necessarily staple that one. But I'm not sure that my glue stick is going to be enough glue here. So I'm going to use some fabric. And this lace isn't really lace. It's like, I don't know what you call this, girls. It's thick. It's thicker than like this. This is super skinny polyester lace. This feels like cotton and it's thicker, so it's a little heftier. So I don't think the glue stick's going to hold it down, and I'm not worried about this glue going through it. I think it's going to absorb the glue. Even though it's lacy, the material is actually quite thick. It's not staying down though. There we go. Now it's staying. And I like this. I like that it's kind of up, raised up like that. Little pop of yellow, and then what, Grace? Maybe this one. This one is really wonky. It's cut like crazy, so there's a lot of misshapen parts to it, but it's perfect for this kind of stuff. Actually, when you can see that much, I'm going to make it a decorative element. I'm going to do a little cross on it to make it part of the design. This one, I don't know about that. Let's see. That red, I don't know, it's kind of throwing me for a loop. A loop-de-doodle. Let's see what we got in the stash here. Oh, I have a little bit of purple. I don't see any purpley type things going on though here. Nope, not that. I'm searching for something that makes sense. Maybe some bright white, because that would give us a whole lot of contrast. My fingers are so dry, so things just aren't staying in place. They stick to me, if you know what I mean. All right, there we go. Cute. Cuteness. Hey, Gwendolyn, how are you? My friend Gwen, you got some stuff coming to you in the mail. It's so exciting. Happy Mail is so fun, isn't it? Isn't it just the best? I love getting Happy Mail. I love sending Happy Mail to you guys. I might prefer this one a little shorter. Like that. And then let's get a little pop of color going in here, because this one's very blah. Oh, I threw down the wrong piece. Yes, I like the yellow and then this teal. My watch is telling me to stand up and move. And because this is so fair, I am going to make an X like that. Easy, right? All right, this one, I have this little piece of yellow. Don't want to like just throw it out. So maybe I can include it with this. I think I better just do this. Even if I staple through it. Let's glue that down and then put a little glue here and glue that down. And then, whoops, my finger stuck to it. Let's see if we can find a little lace to put on there too. I do like this combination of this with the yellow. Let's see how it looks with the blue. Nope. You know what? Sometimes I watch people do something like this and like I would be shouting through the camera or to the camera as I'm watching someone, yes, just like that. And then they'll go, oh no, I like it like that. And I don't like it that much. There's no right or wrong. You probably are looking at me doing this and you're probably doing the same thing. Like, I like it the way she originally had it, but she moved it. Yeah, I do the same thing when I watch other creatives. I think it's very fun. And I think there's no right or wrong. I think it's just, and what I do today, I might not repeat tomorrow. I might do something completely different tomorrow with it. So even within your own brain, today you might like it this way, tomorrow a different way. Oh, we're on to a new color of staple. Now I've got gold. It was blue, now they're gold. Fun, right? All right. This one has all this going on, and it might be just a bit too much. Let's cut a little bit of that off. Oh, this is just a little gnarly. I wouldn't mind putting some blue on here. This has stitches in it. I must have been practicing something. Let's put a little pop of this like navy denim blue color. And I got a gold staple, so that can be cool, going through those. Oh, I stapled down the corner. Yep. Oh my gosh, these are so fun. And as you're building them, they're getting more sturdy because we have so many layers. They're getting more and more sturdy. All right, we have 3 left and we are done with this. And I'm going to put them right in my stash like this because I think I'm going to keep them without focal points so that I have more flexibility with using them. So when a project comes up that I'm like, oh, I need something, and then I don't like the focal point, that won't be an issue. I can add the focal points as I go. Oh my gosh, I love these two together. Denim and lace. There is a business name by that, isn't there? Oh my gosh, so cute. Cutie patootie. All right, so my word of the day, I asked you guys what your word of the day is. Like, how are you feeling? Right? I asked you what yours was. Ambitious is what Gail suggested. Gail was feeling ambitious, and girl, I'm so excited for you that you feel ambitious. That's good stuff. I like this maybe for that one. Whoops, don't fall on me. Don't fall over. It's okay. All right, maybe a little blue. Don't always have to have lace. Maybe I could do like 3 different little fabrics. Oh, look at, I have this tiny little pink. It's like a dusty pink. Let's get a piece of this. Don't have to always have lace. What if we did 3 layers of fabric like this? And I could glue, but I'm not gonna. I'm gonna do this. I glued the first one down. So if you don't have a lot of laces, no biggie. Use up all these itty bitty scraps of fabric. Listen, you're gonna throw out a shirt, Gail, today. You're gonna go, oh, this shirt's gotten pretty worn, or it's, this is wrong with it, or that's wrong with it. I have this cutest little shirt with this cute lace sleeves. And I must have been cooking with it on because now I have an oil stain about that big on the front of it. Don't throw it out. Save that cute lace that's on it or the buttons on it. I mean, throw it out, but I mean, salvage some of the material off of it. The parts that you love, like whether it's the lace sleeves or a button or a zipper. Cut it off that thing before you throw it in the garbage. All right, this is just a little piece of cheesecloth, it looks like. It's too big for this whole thing, but I do like the color of it. So I am going to use a bit of it. Maybe like that. And it's just not enough for me. So let's add as well I have this bit of lace, this tiny little thing, and I also have this, which would show up even better on that color because it's a little lighter. So I'm going to take a half of this. Oh, where did it go? Did it fall down? Oh, I see it. One over here. None of these are glued down, so let's just get started. Just the tiniest dot of glue is what we're doing here, and we're just gonna really haphazardly and in a crazy way layer these up. Oh my gosh, 3 fabrics, 4 papers made this little cluster. And this one I'll run that through my machine likely. All right, girls, look at what we did in an hour. Let's see what we did. Hang tight. Let me clean up, a little cleanup here. Put these things aside so we can see. I'm going to show you each of them. Show you what kind of colors we got going. Like this thing it just won't stay in place. It keeps things to keep falling out of that basket. We got 1, 2, hold on. Use 2. We're making room here so the girls can see what we've accomplished. All right, we got 1. Can you see these? I'm trying to see on camera, but I can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We have 13. And actually, as I was putting these in place, I was thinking, because I did not put a focal point on these, another benefit of leaving the focal point off, the flower, the seashell, butterfly, bumblebee, whatever, is actually these could go on any corner. They could be upper left, upper right, lower right, lower left. We could actually juxtapose these in any direction. So I really actually do like this plan better. Like I said, this one has a little squirrel on it, it has to be lower right. Otherwise your squirrel is going to be sideways or upside down, right? These all have focal points. Flowers, I don't know what that thing is, like a little fox. Bumblebee, butterfly, they all have a focal point. And if the focal point is going to make sense, these are all lower right. But when I put all of these in this page corner folder, envelope, these can go on anything at all. Doesn't matter. They're just all ready to go. So I'm going to bunch them all up. Oh, the glue is a little wet. My glue stick is a little wet and sticking to my finger. So I better leave them here to dry for an hour, and then I'm going to stick them in here. I'm back in my bin. So I'm ready to go with more page corners. And I'm actually really excited that those will end up being, let me see. I want to try to get my face in so you can see me again. Let me press the right button here. Yeah, there I am. So these, mass making them so that, oh, where's that one there? So they're ready to go and I can use them on my pages, right? That's so fun. And it's a great way to use up all that stash that you have. And it does take a lot of thought. Like you can sit and watch a movie, listen to a book on tape, listen to your favorite podcast, sit on the porch, enjoy the sun, talk to your husband or your sister while you're like putting these things together, because it doesn't take a whole lot. You need a glue stick or your stapler if you like to put them together with staples, a bit of scraps, and you're ready to go. You never made them, Gail? I'm so glad. If you make them, please share in the Crafty Chicks Club over Facebook at my free craft community. I want to see them. I want you to take a snapshot and show what you make. Oh, Gail. Everybody give Gail some love. Girl, I understand this a lot, but listen to me, friend. I'm going to say what I've been trying to say to myself for a couple of weeks now as I'm transitioning out of winter clothing into spring and now summer clothing. I have the same problem. I said to the girls in the Craft Therapy Club last night, I think it was to you guys, was it? Or maybe it was to my sister when I talked to her on the phone. I said, I just got to accept the reality that I'm in the next size up. Like there's absolutely nothing I can do about it. And I have no clothes that fit me that I feel good in. And I am so tired of that. It's better, Gail, to find some things, go the size up if you need to, go 2 sizes up, whatever you need to feel comfortable and to feel good in what you're wearing. it's better than, you know, trying to squeeze in things that don't fit and make you uncomfortable. And then you're self-conscious about it. Just please, darling, please just let them go. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. There are much more difficult problems that you've dealt with in your life or challenges than that. Right. But I do understand it is so, it's so depressing. I told my sister yesterday, when I was driving to Grand Forks, I'm like, I do not want to stop. I do not want to try clothes on. I hate it. It's so depressing. And she's like, Grace, oh, my Landon said to me, Mom, it's just so much easier if you just try them on in the store instead of ordering things online, letting it come. You wait 3 days, you try them on, then you wait 3 days and you send them back because you don't like the way they fit. Just go to the store, grab a bunch of stuff, get in that dressing room, find a few cute things. You're going to be fine. Yes, you will, my darling. All right, everybody. Thank you for being here. Please do me a favor, hit that like button on this video. Please make sure you subscribe. There's a very high percentage of folks who are hanging out with us here at the Comfy Nest who have not yet subscribed to the channel. So please do it. It helps me out so much. Have a blessed day. For those of you who are moms, happy and blessed Mother's Day. I hope you have a very relaxed, enjoyable day with the people you love, doing the things you love. I'll catch you next time. Bye.